Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. First of all, I can see your location looks ominous. I think you're in Milton Keynes, but tell us how you are and what you're up to at the moment.
Yeah, really good. It's media day today, so really looking forward to doing bits of media, obviously with all the sponsors, coming on to chat to you guys, and obviously getting ready for the darts, the start of the season, really for the Masters tomorrow.
Yes, well, we're always very happy to have you on the show, so we appreciate it. How would you say the start of 2026 has been? Because we're at the end of January, approaching the first major of the year, but of course you've already been out to Bahrain, Saudi. You've been all over the place, really.
Yeah, I think this is the real start of it. Obviously, the World Series is brilliant to be a part of, but there's no ranking. It's just going out and trying to improve our sport and show people what we can actually do in different places that we've never been before. It was great to be in Saudi. It was brilliant to be in Bahrain as well. Obviously, I won it the year before, so I felt a tiny bit of pressure going into that tournament, but I really enjoyed my time over there. But obviously, this is where we get into the meat of the season now, the first major of the season, and I just can't wait to get started, to be honest.
It was 2 years ago, celebrated with you when you won that Masters in that Hilton in Milton Keynes. Obviously, great memories for you. Just looking back on the Worlds, it was sort of difficult on and off the hockey, wasn't it? Do you think you had a lot on your mind as well? Because I know you spoke to the media afterwards, the YouTube channels, about this people's champion and this and that. I felt it really got on top of you.
Don't mention the people's champion, please.
No.
No.
But it got on top of you, didn't it?
Yeah, I think people don't see what went on behind the scenes before the Worlds. I think Christmas Day I was in A&E with Theo till 2 o'clock in the morning. Never one to make excuses, so I didn't publicly put that out. And I went into, I did 4 exhibitions leading up to the Worlds. Well, I wasn't well. I seen you at one of them. Was it Portsmouth we was at? And obviously I had the cough and the cold. I was really ill, but I still managed to get through them exhibitions. But I went into the Worlds not in my best preparation, not feeling the greatest, and evidently that led me down a dodgy path. I didn't feel like I played my best games at all, but I still tried to give it me all. You seen the game against Hull. There was moments of class at the end of legs where I was taking out big finishes and winning the set, but I give a bit of motion away. I was jumping up and down, and I'm not really like that. But just for everything that had gone on before that, like I said, being in the hospital, the A&E till 2 in the morning, wasn't the best preparation. The next day we was travelling down to London, so this year I'm gonna take it a bit more easier on the exhibition circuit. And I'm going to plan my diary a lot better this year, make sure I look after myself and make sure that the best version that you guys see is the best version that I can give.
Well, it is a busy diary, Stephen. You got picked for the Premier League, of course. Just tell us a little bit about what it was like waiting to find out after that difficult World Championship. Did you ever think it was in doubt? And also, we heard Nathan Aspinall's side of the story. You was sat with him when you both found out, is that right?
Yeah, I was sat with him. Obviously, I was pretty confident I could be in the Premier League. I was number 4 for 10 months of the year. I had a great start to the year, not the best end to the year, so I can understand why people were saying I shouldn't be in. But I still feel like I've got a lot to give, not just playing darts, but the fan base, the walk on, everything like that. Must have been thought about. But obviously, them last hours leading up to them announcing, and I didn't find out till like 10 minutes, 15 minutes before it was actually announced. And I gave a little fist pump on the plane, and obviously we was delayed on the plane, so Nathan was sat 2 seats away from me, and he obviously seen. I obviously gave the fist pump, so he obviously knew then that I was in. But listen, it was relief. But I know that I need to work hard again this year to make sure I'm in it next year. I always want to be part of the Premier League. I didn't have the greatest campaign yesterday, but I showed last year. But I showed what a fighter I was. I ended up winning a night in Berlin. And some of my performances, I probably beat myself up a bit more than I should have. I believe I had one of the highest tournament averages last year. So yeah, there was several positives from last year's Premier League, and I'm sure I can learn from last year going into this year as well. It's not all new to me from 10 years previous. It's literally a few months ago we did it. So I really can't wait to get started again.
Yeah. Not long to go, really. Only a week to go. I'll talk more about maybe last year's campaign in just a moment, Stephen. But just, I suppose, on from the announcement of the Premier League and also, your World Championship campaign, it felt like there was just so much noise on Twitter, and you're going to get this with sports people. There's going to be pockets of fans on social media who then go down a different route and they want to see you lose. And it's the same with Luke Littler as well, who also, 2 years ago, when no one knew him and he was this underdog story and was making it all the way to the World Championship final, everyone was behind him. Then suddenly, when someone's winning and, they're suddenly kind of gone the other way. And for you, it felt a little bit like that as well, where you had these people just on your back and just wanting to see you fail for no reason really. But what was it like to deal with all that? And not just throughout the World Championship, maybe after the Premier League announcement as well. Do you kind of just shut yourself off to all of that social media stuff? Because I imagine it's not easy to deal with.
I've always done that, to be honest. I mean, my management and my missus look at the social media side of things. I still see, obviously, the odd comment pop through, but those people that you're referring to who are very negative and not fans, they're just, some of them are just idiots, really, who just jump on the bandwagon, see you're not doing well, and they put these stories out and stuff. I've seen one the other day that I'm retiring. But if I believed half the stuff that I read on social media, then I'd have packed in a long time ago. Like I said, I know I need to work harder. I'm under no illusions. And yeah, I need to work hard. I need to get myself a bit more fitter and stay at the top of the game. I'm number 7 in the world now, which is not a bad position to be in, to be fair. But I want to push back up that rankings. I know that hard work will enable me to do that. And yeah, like I said, I'm really looking forward to the Premier League. I've taken no attention to the negatives that have, and it's not just the people who have put it online. I think certain pundits talked about it and stuff, and were surprised at my selection. And I'll just say back to them: listen, I won 6 titles last year. I was in 10 finals. I had one of the highest tournament averages, especially on the Players' Championships, consistently throughout the 30 odd events we played. Won European events, the best season I've had in the PDC since I moved from the BDO, and the fan base is continuing to build. I still see all the fans, obviously, still try and do the engagement with fans whenever we're away in tournaments, and I still see the sales come through my website. I'm still loved by the fans, and with the negative comments, I've just got to brush them off and ignore them, to be honest. That's the best way to deal with that. I've got a great management behind me. I've got brilliant sponsors. I've got a lovely family, and the fans are the reason that I play this game. And as long as I keep playing the game to the best I can, and know that I'm giving the best I can possibly give, until that day ends, then that'll be when I walk away from the sport. But I can assure you, it's going to be quite a few years before that happens.
Stephen, you've just made a good case for why you're in the Premier League, but can you understand, obviously, the case that other players have got to be in it as well? Obviously, we mentioned Nathan. People talked about Danny Noppert, for example. And also, do you think that the current format of just having 8 players in is enough, really, with the talent and the depth there is in darts?
I'm honestly not bothered. As long as I'm in it, I couldn't give 2 hoots, to be honest. I'll give you my answer. I just have. I was in 10 finals. I won 6 of them. I'm still number 7 in the world. So I believe I should have been in the Premier League. I'm in it. I'm going to enjoy it. And I'm going to prove to every single person why I deserve to be there.
Yeah, look, flipping this as well, I'm seeing some really big names not at the Masters this weekend. Darts is changing. The Joe Cullen's saying he's proud of himself, but he's not going to be there. Peter Wright, we know. It's some big names. So you're talking about being 7th, and you talk like a Premier League player. And this is your whole package, isn't it? You feel like a Premier League player.
Yeah, of course. And listen, I'm proud to be in the top 10 of the PDC. But the World Championships changed a lot this year. Obviously, the prize money was bigger at the top end, which changed the rankings rapidly. Obviously, when I went out, I was devastated. Losing in the Worlds is always difficult, but knowing that there was people in that only had to win 1 or 2 more games to overtake you in the rankings after working so hard to get myself in the number 4 position. But people don't realise how difficult that number 4 position is. Obviously, you've got the pressure on your back that you put on yourself. You want to stay in that top 4. You want to be guaranteed Premier League without these discussions. And that's what I tried to do. And obviously, that probably was my downfall, to be honest, rather than just enjoying the game and doing that. I think being number 7 in the world now, away from that top 4, is going to benefit me so much. The worry of not staying in top 4. Obviously, I'm fighting to get back into the top 4, but I think for the moment, I think I'm going to embrace being number 7, embrace still being one of the best dart players in the world, and embrace playing the Premier League and the World Series all over the world.
Well, before the Premier League, of course, we know you're in Milton Keynes at the moment. You're in action tomorrow night, Friday night, last up in Milton Keynes against Jeffrey de Graaf. How much, well, first of all, you're looking forward to it, like we're saying, first major of the year, but also that first round encounter.
Yeah, of course. I'm really looking forward to it. Jeffrey can be a dangerous player. I need to make sure I turn up and play my game. Obviously, I've won this title before in the BDR, won the Winmar World Masters, which was over the similar format as well. So I've got form at this sort of format, which is great. I go in with a lot of confidence. I know, albeit Saudi and Bahrain weren't my best performances and the back of the Wales wasn't, but I bumped into a James Huddle who was 98, 99 average. He played a fantastic game and he deserves all the credit for the win he got there. He played a great tournament. And yeah, I feel fresh, ready to go. It's a new season, it's a new start. What's gone is gone. And it's all about the future now and what we can still achieve in the sport.
Stephen, you mentioned it earlier about managing your calendar and stuff like that. At the last World Championship, only 2 of the Premier League players got to the quarterfinals. That was the 2 Lukes. What can you do this year to ensure that maybe you don't suffer from burnout, for example? Because a lot of pundits and stuff were saying that was a factor for a lot of the players who were playing in everything last year, because there is so much to play in now.
Yeah, I think just manage the calendar as well as I can. Obviously not put in millions of exhibitions when I'm having downtime. I'm actually going to have a holiday this year in August, so that'll be the first holiday we've had as a family for probably 2-3 years. So that's going to benefit me as well, refresh me throughout the middle of the year. And yeah, I promise you, like I said, I always give 100% anyway, but this year I'm going to be doing things a bit different, feeling a lot fresher. I'm back on top of the hypnotherapy as well. I think that's really important, and it's something that I probably slacked away from a bit throughout the season last season. Didn't do it half as much as I should have, and yeah, the hypnotherapy is that got me to where I needed to be. So yeah, I think that's very important that I keep on top of that, keep myself in shape, and keep myself mentally prepared for the season that's coming.
Oh, talk us through the hypnotherapy then. How often do you practice that? Does someone take you through it? Tell us more.
Yeah, so I go and see Chris O'Connor probably once or twice a week, and he just makes me feel much more. My sleep is better, feeling good about myself, feeling good about my game, and yeah, it's just really something that I need to keep on top of. The way he describes it is you've got a bucket in your brain, and every single negative thought or feeling or emotion goes into that bucket. And it's like any bucket, the bucket fills up and overflows, and that's where stress, anxiety, dartitis, all that sort of stuff comes from. So to keep on top of that and keep the bucket empty, you do the hypnotherapy, which is a 40-minute session, and that is the equivalent of 4 hours REM. So yeah, really important. And yeah, you can see I feel fresh, I feel positive. I'm talking to you guys positively with a smile on my face. And I honestly can't wait for this season to start.
Love it.
I tell you, give me his number.
And I know.
I'm not being funny, but I'm serious.
You've got a miracle working, Michael.
Brilliant.
I've always enjoyed speaking to you, always. But this has been. I could just feel it. I can feel a change.
Yeah.
I can feel it. You just sound so positive. It's great to hear.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a big key this year. Staying positive. There's going to be times where I'll feel down and that, but it's how quickly you can snap out of that. Keep yourself positive. Keep thinking positive. And listen, darts is in a great place at the minute. We've got so many characters, so many great players, and it's inevitable you're going to lose. But it's how you lose and how you bounce back. I think Rocky said that once, didn't he? So
Love it. Have you sort of? I know you're saying, like Bridgie said. I mean, it is great to hear you just feeling so, I don't know, content at the moment and confident looking ahead to 2026. Have you set out any specific goals, even if we're talking, you know, at specific tournaments, like now we're approaching the Masters, or even ahead of week 1 of the Premier League?
No, not really. I don't want to put too much pressure on myself, so I've shied away from saying what I'm going to do or what I'm not going to do.
Hmm.
I'm in the Premier League. I'm going to give it me all, and that's all I can do, basically. As long as I'm working hard at home, on the practice board and mentally preparing myself for each and every tournament. Like I said, slowing the calendar down a bit and making sure I give myself some time to spend with my family as well. I'm not getting any younger. I'm 40 now. So yeah, I still believe I've got a good 10 years left at the top of our sport. And yeah, while I'm still playing with a smile on my face, enjoying it, then I'm going to be around for a long time.
Good.
You mentioned it yourself. You did play well in last year's Premier League, but in terms of this season, keeping that positive mindset, how important is a good start this time around? Just maybe getting a few points earlier to relieve that little bit of pressure that I don't know if you were feeling it or not last year, but if how to make sure you don't sort of have to go through that playing catch up throughout the season.
Listen, I'm playing with the elite of the elite, aren't I? I'm playing with the best players in the world, and it's the Premier League, and it's scrutinised every week. I remember walking into the venues last year, and there was a TV in the rooms, and it'd say, "Oh, week one with an X, week two with an X, week three with an X." So and that happened for 7 or 8 weeks, until eventually I won in Berlin. So it showed what sort of a person I am. Not winning for the first 7 or 8 weeks, and then winning Berlin.
Yeah.
But like I said, I've got that experience behind me. It won't be feeling like going back to a new school. This time, that's the feelings that I got last year. I'm feeling fresh. I'm feeling the best I've felt in a long, long time. And yeah, I feel like I'm excited to start this new journey, this new season. And I can't wait to get started in Newcastle next week.
Just to follow up, it is a new school for a couple of the players in there, isn't it? So do you think that experience could really, really help you?
Yeah, of course. And this is my third ever campaign in the Premier League. I know what to expect, albeit there's a couple of new venues, I think. But yeah, it's something that I want to do for a long, long time. I want to do it until I retire, to be honest. But I enjoy the Premier League. I enjoy playing in front of the fans. I always get great reception wherever I go, and I think that's important. That the fans keep on behind me, keep believing, and yeah, I'm certainly believing this year myself. I'm just going to go there and put no pressure on myself, and let's see what happens.
Yeah. One new venue, and that's Antwerp, which we're hearing is 23,000 fans, which sounds crazy for darts, doesn't it? Just lastly, then, how's Theo doing now? Because you said that you had a bit of a tough time with him over Christmas. He's only little, isn't he?
He had adenovirus, which was like gastro and stuff, and he was coughing really, really bad. And we took him to the on-call doctors on Christmas Day, and they advised us his temperature was spiked. They advised us to take him to the A&E, and obviously we was in there till 2 in the morning, half 2 in the morning. So, like I said, people don't see that sort of side to what happens. I'm not saying I lost because of that reason, but yeah, it wasn't the best preparation. But he's come out of that now. He's walking around the house, well, running around the house now. He's still only 14 months, but he's such a joy to have in my life. He makes me smile every single day. And yeah, I play darts for him and for Toby and for the missus.
Yeah. Well, we know Toby's your number one supporter. So, Stephen, thank you so much for joining us. Honestly, we know you've got a busy day before you actually get onto the stage tomorrow. So thank you so much for your time. And we look forward to watching you in Milton Keynes and, of course, being with you in Newcastle as well.
Thank you very much.